Hello, welcome to Straight Talk Africa, live from the Voice of America studios here in Washington. It's Wednesday, November 30th. I am Shaka Ssali. Today, we'll analyze the significance of the Egyptian parliamentary elections. The Egyptian parliamentary elections began this week with relative calm and much optimism. Voter turnout was reportedly high, even though more than 40 people died last week protesting the ruling military council. This first stage of Egypt's complicated, multi-stage parliamentary elections may bode well for the nation's difficult path towards democracy. My colleague Paul Cisco has more on this story.
Egyptians are used to elections, but this week's is historic, and like no election generations of Egyptians have ever known. What a contrast. November 28, 2010. Then President Hosni Mubarak cast his vote in parliamentary elections heavily skewed in favor of the ruling party. Voters, opposition candidates, and human rights advocates cry foul.
This is an immediate reaction to the extreme fraud in our parliamentary elections yesterday. This time, we do not only want to stand and reject the elections, but also this whole regime.
Whoever believes these are elections doesn't know anything. This is all theater. We all know everything is predetermined here. Human rights advocate Najed El-Barari.
The people decided to stay home. They declared their protest peacefully and smoothly. They said, okay, we will not be a part of this game. Play your game alone, choose whatever you want, but those people, we will not call them our representative.
And from one Muslim Brotherhood candidate, a prophetic prediction for the ruling party.
You don't have a lot of time to stay in power. You have smeared what remains of your reputation, and your days are numbered. Soon, there will be change.
Apathy ruled the day. International election observers were barred from the scene. Mubarak's National Democratic Party majority prospered. 1 year later, November 28, 2011, Mubarak is gone. His 30-year rule over. Protesters on Tahrir Square are demanding the immediate ouster of the ruling military council of armed forces. And what many are calling the first ever free and honest vote in Egypt is taking place with thousands of Egyptians voting for the very first time.
In previous years, no one would turn out because we all knew who would win. But today, I stood for 2 hours to cast my vote because I'm convinced these elections are good and that Egypt will be better tomorrow than it is today.
Shadi Mohammed Omar, voting for the first time, once worked for Egypt's election commission.
I knew back then my vote would not influence the results, and those who nominated themselves and went on to win were well known beforehand. That's why I didn't participate before. But this is Egypt's first free election.
An emotional Fahi Abdul Hafiz says that until today he had never had confidence in the election process. But today I feel there is honesty, so I came to vote, and it's a duty I need to fulfill. I came to give my voice, and may God help those who will reform. In Cairo, Alexandria, and other areas, voters stood patiently in long queues, many debating Egypt's political future, a future that for the first time they believe they're able to shape. Paul Cisco, VOA News.